Welcome to the New Voices for the Theater 31st Annual Festival of New Works. My name is Heather Falks, and I am the Program Director for New Voices. On behalf of SPARC and the entire festival company, I thank you for supporting young artists' work. The play you are about to witness is Boys Like Us. The playwright is Aaron Tyler.
Boys Like Us by Aaron Tyler. Scene 1, Thanksgiving. At Rise, a house belonging to a Black family of 4. They live in Westover Hills, Richmond, Virginia. The dining area is stage right, and the sitting area is stage left. Center stage right sits a table big enough for 5 people to eat at with chairs surrounding it accordingly. Far stage right sits a cabinet full of junk the Jackson family throws in there when they have nowhere else to put it. Upstage is a table with the rest of the Thanksgiving dinner sitting on top of it, along with a vase full of red and white roses. Center stage left is a couch with a coffee table sitting in front of it. A rug cushions both of these pieces of furniture. Side tables sit on both sides of the couch. An armchair sits perpendicular to the couch facing stage left, towards the door to exit the home. Lights up on Mom, Dad, Trey, Marcus, and Faith sitting around the table. They have all just finished eating.
Long story short, marshmallows don't belong on yams.
You can't have
whatever.
All right. Are y'all finished? I can take your plates if you are.
Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate it. Curtis, why couldn't you help me?
Marcus collects their plates, then exits stage right carrying them.
You cook, I set up, and the kids clean. That's how Thanksgiving works around here. Y'all know that.
Yeah, and maybe that should change because cleaning up after y'all is just...
Girl, hush and wipe this table down.
Mom goes to start cleaning up the counter. Dad goes to sit on the couch and checks his phone.
Can we set up a game of spades or Uno or something?
Uno, spades, don't matter. I'm still gonna win.
Hold up, because what you're not gonna do is act
I won Uno the last 2 times.
We're not gonna play nothing until this table is wiped down. And I don't see dish rags in either of y'all's hands.
Right? Didn't you just hear what your mother just asked you to do?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right, well, how come it ain't getting done?
Marcus enters stage right, carrying dish rags and gives one to Trey.
Okay, now you just kissing ass.
Thank you, Marcus.
I don't get one?
You got 2 legs, don't you?
A moment passes, then they all laugh off the moment built between them. Faith and Marcus pick up cups and napkins to throw away as Trey starts wiping the table. An welcome silence falls over the room.
You know what I just realized? We don't have any music playing. We gotta have music when we clean.
I can play something.
I think I should have the opportunity to play. My cookout playlist is superior in every way.
What's the first song you would play?
Self-Control by NBA Young.
Anyone that automatically plays NBA Youngboy doesn't deserve the aux. Come here.
Faith scoffs as Trey takes the aux cord. He plays How Deep Is Your Love by P.J. Morton.
Okay.
Everyone gets that. The music Body's moving with the black energy with the that
is Y'all finished?
Yes.
Yes.
So what are we playing?
Spades?
Better than me.
I don't like spades. I say Uno.
Bro, why you always gotta be different?
How about this? We'll play a game of spades, then Uno. All right? Can someone go get the cards?
On it.
Faith gets the cards from the cabinet next to the table stage right.
Oh, I forgot to tell y'all there's brownies, sweet potato pie, and cookies if you want any.
Marcus, Trey, and Faith crowd around the table, setting the cards in the center as they chat amongst themselves.
Curtis, you all right?
Yeah, just checking on George.
Oh, how is Uncle George doing? Did they say when he'll be out?
No, nothing yet. As far as I know, George isn't going anywhere no time soon.
Has he sent you any messages?
No, he ran out of messages. And I have to put more points on his account so he can send messages.
Points.
See, you can't send messages without points. But you see, to get points, you have to buy them.
Sounds like a scam to me.
Well, that's all it really is.
I'm sure he'll be fine, Curtis. Yo, is everything set up?
Yes, everything's ready. We said we're playing spades first.
Sounds good. And who's on what team?
Yeah, Marcus, you and Dad, the usual.
All right, let the butt whooping begin.
I'll keep score.
They settle around the table. Trey sits on the left, then Mom, then Marcus, and finally Dad. Faith pulls up a chair and watches. Trey deals the cards as everybody chats.
Have y'all seen Queen and Slim? The ending had me crying. It was so good.
Boys don't do that.
The room goes quiet. Trey stops dealing. He is hesitant to rock the boat, and yet he proceeds. He has time today. Marcus is quiet.
What?
Boys don't cry, Trey.
And why do you say that?
Right?
Because that makes you weak. Real men don't show weakness, Trey.
Well, what makes a real man?
What makes a real man? A real man takes care of his family. My responsibility as a man is to make sure that that roof that's above your head when you fall asleep, that roof that I built, is the same roof that's above your head when you wake up. You got to be like those men that are out there on those construction sites. You got to build a strong foundation for your home. It's to fill your stomach with my food. Or being a real man is an obligation. It's a responsibility.
Sounds like you feel stuck. Like doing this man thing because you have to, not because you want to.
It ain't about what I want, Trey.
Dad.
So then why do it?
Watch it, boy.
Are you afraid or something? Or afraid of what it's gonna be like if you're not a real man all the time? I mean, really, like
You're
what?
pathetic, Trayvon. And frankly, you're a sad excuse for a son.
Curtis.
Silence. Trey is hurt, but not shocked his father would say such a thing. Nobody knows what to say, how to break the silence. Moments go by, and Marcus is brave enough to break the ice.
And I have a party to go to. You know, don't want to be late.
Party? What party?
Marcus looks at her, begging her with his eyes to go along with it. She does.
Oh, right, okay. Well, will you be staying here tonight?
If I do, I might come later tonight. My mom hasn't been doing too good lately. I found her yesterday laid out on the floor with a bottle of Henny still in her hand.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make sure she's good before I come back.
Okay, sweetie. Well, do you want anything for the road? We got plates and tinfoil in there.
No, ma'am, I'm good. Well, actually, could I take a brownie back with me?
Of course, sugar. Take a couple if you want.
Marcus grabs 2 brownies from the pan, and Mom wraps them in tinfoil. He sticks them in his pocket as Trey waits desperately by the door. He has to leave.
There you go. 2 brownies, each made with love.
Thank you, Mrs. Jackson.
Hey, now what did I tell you about that? Miss Jackson is for them kids at the school. Here, you can call me Mom, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Mom.
Now y'all be safe, okay?
We will.
And be home by 12. We got some cleaning to do tomorrow.
Hey.
And Marcus,
Yeah?
next time I see you, you're getting this working, Uno.
You can try. All right.
Love you.
Love you too.
The door shuts. They escape. End scene.
What's your emergency?
Hi, yes, this is Stanley Hopkins. I'm calling you from 2216 Winterfield Road, Midlothian, Virginia. I wanted to inform you of 2 boys walking around the neighborhood. They look very suspicious.
Are they white, black, Hispanic?
I can see one of them is black, but I can't see the other one. He has a hoodie over his head. I'm assuming he's black as well.
You mentioned one of them has a hoodie. What else are they wearing?
The one wearing a hoodie, it's a dark color. Gray, maybe? He also has on black pants. The other one had on, looks to be a jean jacket with black pants. Could you send an officer to check it out, please? I really don't feel safe.
Yes, sir. We already have someone on their way.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have a great rest of your day.
Lights up on Winterfield Road, Midlothian, Virginia, around 7 p.m. The stage is dimly lit with a blue tint lightly washing the stage. There is a bench center stage left with dead leaves lying all over the ground. Marcus and Trey enter the stage right, sharing a pair of earbuds. Throughout dialogue, they make their way over to the bench stage left.
Right, here goes the song for this week.
Marcus presses play on his phone and we hear Keep Your Head Up by Tupac. The music plays for a little as they sit and vibe. Once they start talking, the music quiets down, barely audible.
Keep your head up. I love this song.
You heard it before?
Marcus, who the hell hasn't heard this song before?
Oh, well then, I might have to give you next week's song, huh?
No. One old school song per week, that's it. What's the story behind this one?
Ain't no story for real. Not for this one.
What? You always have a story with them. Your dad ain't play this one around the house?
Actually, I started listening to this one on my own. When my dad, when they took him away, I felt like I didn't have nobody. My mom didn't step up like she was supposed to, with her drinking and all. Tupac was his favorite artist. Out of all the songs he listened to, he would play Tupac around the house the most. That's why most of the songs I give you are from him. So when I found that song, from The Hate U Give, actually, it was like Dad was saying that to me, Keep your head up, son. I'm gonna get you out of here.
And he will.
Both share a look, a visual confirmation. I got you.
I can't wait to meet him one day. Maybe your dad will like me more than mine does.
Trey, your dad is just a little...
Difficult? Rude as hell? Oh, and don't forget homophobic. Lately, he's been a lot harder on me, trying to talk to me like he does those guys at his job. I don't know, Marcus. Do you think he knows where...
He doesn't know, babe. Ain't no way.
I don't know. What if...
You don't know, Trey. Your dad doesn't know. Neither does your mom, okay? I know Faith ain't saying nothing to him, so we good. We ride this hiding thing out for a couple more months until college, and then we safe. Until then, you with me, okay? I got you.
Okay. I love you, Stinky.
Come on now, you know I hate that. I love you too.
Both on the bench, putting the earbuds back in, returning back to the music. They look around the neighborhood and a house catches Trey's eye.
That house. That one right there. With a big yard for our dogs to run in like.
Dogs? As in more than one?
Okay, so I was thinking like 2, maybe 3.
You're not gonna become that white couple who got all these dogs, they care about them more than their children, and then they just
We
looking
can talk
crazy.
about it. We can train them. We can get little small ones. It won't be
Train
that.
him, right, the one. You're right, the small one. Mm-hmm.
Every black man's fear. Blue and red lights bleed on stage from stage right. Great.
What's going on? Who are they here for? She's walking towards us.
Stay calm. It'll be okay. Here we go.
Enter female police officer.
Excuse me. Hello, gentlemen. The reason I'm stopping you is because an armed robbery took place at the 7-Eleven on Village Place Drive, and we received a call detecting 2 suspicious individuals in this neighborhood. All right? Were either of you aware of this?
No, ma'am.
You 2 have any ID on you?
Hold up. Suspicious individuals? We was just sitting here.
May I just see your ID?
For what?
Marcus, please.
A moment passes, then Marcus and Trey hand their ID to the female police officer.
Trayvon Jackson and DeMarcus Peterson. You're 17?
Yes, ma'am. And my friends call me Trey.
And DeMarcus Peterson. You're about to be 18.
December, yeah.
Are you okay, sir?
What you mean am I okay? You in my face interrupting us when we won't doing nothing, so nah, I'm not okay.
I'm going to run these. In the meantime, sit down and don't move. And you might want to calm your friend down. This is 7:30, requesting backup. I repeat.
Marcus and Trey sit on the bench as female police officer exits stage right.
Marcus!
What? She ain't got no right to do that to us, okay? This ain't right, Trey.
Okay, and I know it's not right, but I'm just not trying to start any trouble tonight.
She started shit when she came up in here acting dog.
Let's just tell her what we've been doing so she knows nothing suspicious.
She thought we were suspicious the moment she saw us. You know that.
Okay? Just please do what she says, Marcus. Please.
Aight.
Marcus puts his earbuds back in, trying to calm down. We don't hear the song this time. Female police officer enters, handing back the voice IDs.
Where have you all been tonight?
We drove straight from home to here. We've been walking around the neighborhood for a little while. We should be getting back soon, though. My mom's waiting for us.
Where do you all live?
Westover Hills, Richmond. About 10 minutes from the Civil War Museum.
Well, what's your business over here in Midlothian this late at night?
We like to come look at these houses sometimes. They're nice.
Oh, is that right? DeMarcus, is that right? Hey, do you mind taking out your earbuds for me?
I'd have to take them out.
Take them out.
Is it illegal to listen to music?
All right, you can go ahead and stand up for me.
Nah, bro, I'm not doing nothing. I'm sitting right here.
Please just do what she says. There's no need to get hostile.
DeMarcus, stand up. Stand up right now.
Trey begins to stand up.
Officer, he just...
Don't move, Trayvon.
I'm not gonna stand up and I won't say anything else to you. I gave you my ID and that's all I'm gonna do. I ain't got nothing else to say to you.
She grabs Marcus.
Stand up or I will drag you off of this bench. I am giving you a lawful order.
Okay, whoa, you gonna drag me? No, don't touch me. I'm not under arrest.
Yes, you are.
Female police officer pulls out a taser.
Stand up.
Female police officer grabs Marcus by the arm.
What?
Police officer 2 enters.
2-8 on the scene now.
Turn around.
She handcuffs Marcus.
All right, stand up for me.
He handcuffs Trey.
What did I do? Why am I being arrested?
Female police officer talks dispatcher on her walkie. Police officer 2 keeps an eye on both boys. Marcus and Trey stare at each other with those same I got you eyes from before. In reality, they are helpless. Female police officer turns back up to Marcus, preparing to pat him down.
All right. Do you have anything on your person that I should be aware about?
Oh, man, damn.
Could you loosen these a little? They're hurting my wrist.
As female police officer pats down Marcus, she feels something in his pocket.
God, do you have a weapon?
Female police officer sticks her hand in Marcus' pocket. Marcus pulls away and she stumbles toward him. She steps back and draws her firearm.
Oh, I don't have a weapon. It's just...
Hey, don't move!
Wait, just let me explain.
Blackout.
Scene 3, grown folks' business. Setting, kitchen. It's around midnight and only Mom and Dad are awake. A blue light fills the rest of the stage as a white spotlight is on Mom and Dad at the kitchen table. Food sits on the counter in the back from Thanksgiving dinner they had. Dad sits reading the newspaper.
You gonna eat any more of this food before I put it away?
No.
Mom starts cleaning up the food.
So what was that about at dinner? How could you say something like that to our son?
Because he needed to hear it.
He needed to hear it? And why is that?
Because things like that will toughen up. You baby him too much.
He doesn't need to toughen up.
Yes, Aaliyah, he does.
Why, Curtis?
If he's going to survive in this world, he needs to learn not to let what people say bother him. It's what he needs to be excellent.
Why are you always worried about being excellent?
Because that's what we have to be to survive in
He
this.
can get tough love from anywhere else, but you're his father. You're supposed to build him up, not break him down.
A moment goes by. Both parents go back to their corners to cool off, but Dad breaks the silence.
Marcus seems to stay here a lot more than usual, don't you think?
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. He's just spending a lot of time with Trey.
And they're friends.
I just worry he's influencing Trey in the wrong way.
How is Marcus
I
influenced?
don't want him staying here as often, that's all.
What? So I'm just supposed to kick Marcus out?
No response.
Curtis, you know he doesn't have anywhere else to go.
Well, Leah, how is that our problem?
As long as we've taken care of him, you have a problem with him now?
Just some things need to change. It's time for Trey to man up, and Marcus is over here distracting him. He need to be at home taking care of his own mom.
Curtis, his mom is getting worse. Her breath practically reeks of booze every time I speak to her. I would rather know that he's here and safe with us rather than wondering if he's okay with her.
What about his father?
His father is sitting in jail right next to your brother. And even if they released him, do you think Marcus staying with him would be a good idea? Do you seriously think that would be a good environment for Marcus?
You know, Malcolm didn't put his hands on that woman. My brother wouldn't do that either.
Oh, what? You don't think he's capable of doing that?
I'm not saying he's not capable, Leah. I'm just saying he's not a danger. You know how they do us. All that woman had to do was scream rape, and no matter if they did it or not, they were both bound to go to jail anyway.
Maybe, Curtis. But should we take that risk?
It's just that we...
What?
Dad doesn't respond. He goes back to reading the paper.
What time is it?
12:25.
I told that boy to be home by midnight. Has he texted you or called?
I didn't get anything from him.
Well, could you call him? Make sure he's okay?
No response.
Curtis? Curtis!
What do you want? You want to talk to him? Call him.
Are you not worried about where he could be?
I don't bother myself with what that boy does nowadays.
Can you even ask him?
I don't need to talk to him.
What's gotten into you?
I just don't know him anymore, Leah.
What do you mean?
The phone.
Well, you gonna answer it? Maybe it's your son.
Hello? Yes, this is. And who am I speaking with? Midlothian. Why? What happened? How long ago? And you're just now calling me? Why? Is he okay? Okay, yes, we're on our way. Trey's at the police station.
What? What'd he do?
We don't got time for that. Tell Faith we'll be back in a little bit.
All right.
Mom exits stage left. End scene.
Scene 4, investigation. Setting, the police station. Trey sits at a table with Detective Jacobs in the dimly lit investigation room. There is a spotlight pointed towards the table. Trey is in shock, traumatized by the interaction with the police. Mom and Dad entering, rushing as a detective stands to greet them.
Trey, honey.
Hey there, Mr. and Mrs. Jackson. I'm Detective Jacobs.
Hi, nice to meet you, Detective. Could you please fill us in on what happened?
Of course. Your son and the boy he was with, DeMarcus Peterson, were picked up by one of our officers in Midlothian at 7:48 p.m. There was an armed robbery that took place at a 7-Eleven, and both your son and Marcus matched the description of the shooter. We have retrieved the footage from the store, and we now know that neither Marcus nor Trey's faces matched the robbers.
So he's free to go is what I'm hearing.
Not exactly. As you all know, the incident between the boys and the officers escalated, and Marcus was shot by Officer Lewis.
Yes, we know. How is he doing? Is he all right?
I don't have a detailed answer for you at the moment, Miss Jackson. However, I do know that Marcus is currently in critical condition. He was shot twice.
Why? I mean, what caused her to shoot at Marcus?
That's what we're here to ask Trey about. It does say in her report that after her pat down of Marcus, she felt something in his pants pocket and she thought it was a weapon of some sort.
Well, what was it?
Our team later found out that it was 2 brownies wrapped in tinfoil.
Mom is shaken. She blames herself.
They're checking them for traces of marijuana now.
No, I made those. We had extras at the house, so I thought they're just regular brownies.
Detective takes note, then shifts focus to Trey.
In the meantime, we would like to get all the information about the incident that we can. Trey, you, Officer Richards, and Officer Lewis were the only witnesses to see what happened tonight. Officers are supposed to wear body cams, but Officer Lewis's only showed the beginning of the altercation. However, it fell off in the middle of everything. Officer Richards' cam was recovered from his cruiser. He left it in there before he confronted the boys. That means your statement is very important in determining what happened.
Okay.
A moment passes, then everyone settles into their chairs to listen.
What were you two doing in front of the house at 2216 Winterfield Road? That is quite the drive from where you two live. Was there someone you were trying to see? Were you planning on purchasing anything?
Purchasing?
Yes, were you looking to score anything?
Wait. What are you trying to say?
I just want to know why Trey and Marcus went into the neighborhood.
Trey doesn't respond. Detective notices this and tries a different approach.
Well, let's try getting some background information. How do you know Marcus? What's your relationship with him?
He's my friend. We're friends.
Friends. How long have you been friends with him?
A while?
How long is a while, Trey?
No response.
What were you two doing in the neighborhood?
Just looking at houses.
For what?
It was our thing.
Your thing. You two were pretty close, huh?
Trey nods. There is a sense of uncertainty in the room. How close are they?
Was Marcus resisting the police officer's orders?
No, I mean he...
Well, Officer Lewis must have felt the need to open fire at Marcus. Do you think she would have done that for no reason?
She didn't let him.
So Marcus must have provoked her, right?
He was just trying to keep me safe.
Keep you safe.
Yes, that's all he ever wants to do. He always wants the best for me, no matter what.
And why is that?
Silence.
Trey, be honest with me. Are you sure he's just your friend?
All right. You're crossing the line now.
You love him, don't you?
People are done lying on my family.
If you would just answer the question.
Yes. All right, yes, I do.
A weight is lifted from Trey's shoulders. He said it, finally. Confined freedom. Dad doesn't know what to do, what to say.
We dream of living in one of those houses, Marcus and I. We walk through that neighborhood picturing what our lives will look like when we live there. We dream of getting out of Richmond and we see those nice houses and we picture a life together. We want that. But I guess boys like us don't make it out of here.
Thank you for telling me the truth.
Yvonne, are you telling me that truth?
Please.
Are you gay? Answer, Trayvon.
Trey doesn't answer. Dad looks at him, then to Mom, and then he storms out stage right.
I know it's been a rough night for you, Trey, so I just have one more question for you, and then you are all free to leave, okay? You say you love him. That means you would protect him no matter what, right? Would you lie about the events that happened tonight in order to protect Marcus?
Trey is taken aback by this. He snaps.
So you think I'm a liar?
It's possible, is it not? Officer Lewis must have felt the need to protect herself
Protect
from Marcus.
yourself? Lewis isn't the one laying in a hospital bed right now fighting for her life. She wasn't shot 2 times, Marcus was.
Let me rephrase.
Shot twice, in the pelvis, in the shoulder. She wasn't trying to protect herself, she was trying to kill him. She shot to kill. You know what, you didn't even ask me what I saw, or do you not care? Because you didn't ask me how loud the gunshots were. You didn't ask me if I saw Marcus laying on the ground in a pool of blood, screaming in pain, screaming for his dad. You didn't ask me because you already knew how you were gonna paint this picture before I came in here, didn't you?
I didn't know.
Bullshit. Yes, you did, admit it.
Trey, baby, please come.
You wanna pin this all on Marcus.
Trey's emotions are falling out of him. The detective can see he's finished. She collects her papers.
I believe that's all I need from you, Trayvon. Look over this and tell me if everything looks right. Then if you'd sign right here when you finish, that would be great.
What's gonna happen to Officer Lewis?
I assure you appropriate action will be taken. Thank you for your time.
The detective begins to walk off stage right.
Oh, detective,
Yes, ma'am.
when will we hear back about Marcus?
We have a phone number that would be best to contact you on the paper I gave to Trey. As soon as we're informed about him, we'll let you know.
All right, thank you.
Detective exits stage right.
You all right, Trey?
Trey doesn't respond. His eyes are empty.
Let's get you back to the house.
I'm sorry.
Don't you dare apologize. You've done nothing wrong, babe.
We should never have gone. I shouldn't have. It was all my fault, Mom.
Trey, listen to me. What happened tonight is not your fault. Do you hear me?
Did you know?
Why do you think I always tell you to keep your door open when he comes over? I never said anything, but I know how happy he makes you, and that's all I could ask for. Look, baby, it hurts me to say this, but you're gonna be looked at as different, weird, especially because you're Black. Folks not used to seeing a gay Black boy. Hell, Black people not used to seeing.
God is punishing me. Why? Why are all these bad things happening? It's like he's not even here anymore.
Remember something. The teacher is always silent during the test. And keep your head up, okay?
A moment. Trey takes this in. He nods his head. He believes her.
I love you, babe. Now let's get you home. Get you some of those Thanksgiving leftovers, huh? I've been craving a glass of sweet tea since I left.
Trey offers a small laugh, then stands. They both exit stage right. End scene.
Scene 5. The conversation. Setting. The living room. Faith is still awake watching a show on Netflix when Dad walks in.
Finally, y'all are back.
Just me. But you should be in bed, sweetheart.
I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stop worrying about Trey and Marcus. How'd it go? Are they okay?
Don't worry about them, okay? But I have a question, okay? So, well, did you know your brother? Did you know your brother was gay?
What?
Did you know he was gay?
Faith doesn't respond. He gets closer.
Faith, did you know that Trayvon is gay?
Why are you asking?
Because he just told the detective that he loves Marcus.
I've known since 6th grade.
Faith!
I told him you'd be this way.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
I wasn't gonna do that to him.
Do what exactly?
That's something he should tell you when he feels ready.
Well, why didn't he tell us earlier?
Because you never made it possible for him to.
What do you mean? How? We've done everything for him. We've got him the best education possible. We've bought him the best clothes. We gave him a roof over his head.
Things parents should do anyways. You're supposed to provide basic needs for your children.
And Marcus, he's been a family friend for years now. How long has he been with Trey?
Dad.
No, Faith. How long has Trey been with that boy?
2 years.
2 years. Trey and Marcus had the nerve to bring that disgusting lifestyle into this house for 2 years? That boy doesn't know all the things I'm sorry, I don't even know why I'm talking to you about this. You wouldn't understand. How could you understand?
Understand what, Dad?
Understand all the things I've done for that child, all the things I've done for you.
Did you even listen to what I said? So that's your problem. You don't listen.
Don't you?
Mom and Trey walk in. A long silence falls over them before Faith tries to break the ice, her specialty.
I ate the rest of the mac and cheese.
I wanted that.
How the hell?
Dad starts to walk away, pissed off.
Dad.
No, Trayvon. Don't say anything to me. Y'all just sitting here joking and carrying on and...
Oh, come on, Curtis, please don't do this.
Don't do what? That boy is not my son.
Dad, he's the same person he was yesterday.
But you didn't love the person I was yesterday, did you, Dad? Did you always know? Is that why you've always hated me, because you knew?
Oh, don't say it.
Did you always know I was gay?
Why, Trayvon? What? Did something happen to you when you were younger? Did someone...
Oh, Dad, nothing happened.
Well, I didn't raise you to be like that.
You barely raised me at all. Mom mostly did everything around here anyways.
Don't you disrespect me in my own house, boy. Don't you forget where you are.
Her and Faith were the only people there for me ever.
Well, what the hell could I have done for you?
All I ever wanted was to make you proud, Dad. Was to be like you. I tried and I tried to show you reasons why you should love me. But you were always so distant. Like you didn't even want me as your son to begin with. I was never man enough for you, was I? I never played football like you wanted me to, never brought home a girlfriend, never wore the cologne you picked out for me. I hated that I could never make you happy.
No, you never could, because you're not my son. You're a disgrace. It's not right, Trey. It's not natural. I was right earlier. You're pathetic.
Curtis, don't say that.
So that's it, huh? What, you just leave?
What would you like me to do? What do you want?
I want you to understand me, Dad. At least try. Do you know what it's like? To feel like you're the only one in the room. Feel like everyone is always judging your every move. Whenever someone says faggot in the same room as me, everyone looks at me. Like they expect me to be upset about it. But the truth is, I never say anything. I let it happen. I let it happen because I've never known what it's like to be proud of my sexuality. I never knew what it was like to love myself for who I am. In the past, if anyone even said the word gay in this house, you would be disgusted. So I let people say whatever they want because you never taught me I was okay. You never taught me I was okay, Dad.
So you think you're the only one that goes through life being judged, huh? Welcome to the world, Trayvon. A world, if I walk down the street minding my own damn business, I could catch an old white man cutting his eyes at me.
I know, Dad. I know that.
Not, Trayvon. They don't care about us. You're going to come to learn that in this world, they don't care about the truth. Why would they care about the truth when they think we're guilty from the moment we've been born? Trey, my brother's still sitting up in jail for a crime he didn't commit. They seen his skin was brown. That's all the probable cause they needed. I keep trying to tell you, we're like puppets to them. All they want to do is make money off us. A 30-second call costs $1? $1 for a 30-second conversation? And guess who they stock the prisons with? We still slaves, boy. The cotton just looked different. All this going on, you think I give a damn about your feelings being hurt? You better man up, boy. You ain't nothing special.
I didn't say I was special. I just want you to accept me, Dad. Why is that so hard for you to understand?
Because I don't want that for you, Trey. I always knew you were different. I just never thought you would grow up to be one of those sissy-ass boys. I knew you wouldn't grow up to be a real man, and I hated myself for that, and now I hate that you have to grow up being black and gay in this world, and I can't change that. When I realized I couldn't form you into this person I wanted you to be, I gave up.
You gave up?
So I'm just a failed attempt to you?
I don't want this for you, Trey, that's all.
How could you say that about our son?
Because I can't watch him choose to go down this path, Aaliyah.
It's not like he chose this, Curtis. Instead of spewing your hate toward him, how about you comfort him like a father should his child? His boyfriend was shot, for God's sake.
I wouldn't care if that boy was shot dead right there in the street. He's probably the reason why Trey is the way he is. I told you, Marcus was not a good influence on him.
How could you say that, Curtis? Marcus is like a son to us, no matter who he loves, and we made a vow that if we had a family of our own, we would love them no matter what, because we knew the world wouldn't. How could you forget that?
I didn't forget it, Aaliyah. I just ignored it. It was hard enough providing for this family as it is. Now I gotta make sense of my only son being a queer? I gotta deal with every one of those workers at the construction sites not respecting me? Long, hot days on the construction sites, you think it's easy having to take care of everything? I gotta be the foreman there. I'd have to expect to be the same damn thing here. You guys have no idea what I go through every day, what I have to put up with. But I have to be strong anyways, right? Because I'm the man of the house.
Oh, you're the man of this house? We don't understand what you go through. No, Curtis, it ain't always about you. Talking like I don't wake up every morning next to a man that I barely even recognize. I walk into that private school every day, down those hallways, and watch those entitled students and teachers staring at me as if I got something wrong with me. And I sit in those meetings trying to get my voice heard, and they just look over me. I'm Black too, Curtis. Being a woman is hard enough, but being a Black woman, you just don't understand. Knowing that those white men get paid more than you, hearing how they talk about me, I'm tired. Okay? I'm tired. And I come home to be disrespected by you two. Someone who's supposed to understand me, take care of me. We all got struggles in this world, babe, and we got to deal with them. And yes, we got to fight twice as hard to get half as far. But that's what we got to do. You don't get to just belittle Trey's and I's problems so that we can pity you.
Pity? I don't need your pity, Leah. Matter of fact, I don't need anything from you.
I could say the same. You talk big about all the things you do for this family, all the things you give to this family, but you take more than you give. You barely do anything for us.
Oh, so I don't give anything to this family. I barely do anything.
Dad, stop, Dad!
Curtis, you're hurting me. You're hurting my arm. Curtis, let go.
Let go of her.
Trey pushes Dad away from Mom. He stumbles but catches himself. Immediately, he turns around with the urge to beat Trey with everything he has in him. He doesn't stop himself. He moves towards Trey.
All right, you think you can put your hands on me, Trey?
Curtis, don't!
Mom tries blocking Dad from Trey, but Dad shoves her out of the way.
You done made the biggest mistake of...
Dad!
Dad turns and looks at Faith. They catch each other's eyes and hold it. Faith is the last person he has, and once he sees that she is gone too, he loses faith in the family ever being whole again.
Please.
Dad examines them, then attempts to walk out, but Faith blocks him.
Dad, wait.
Hello. Yes, this is. I'm doing fine. And you? Good, yes. And how's he doing? Is he all right? Yes. Okay. Everyone grab your coats.
What's going on?
Mom?
He's stable. Marcus survived.
This moment means something different for everybody. Everyone grabs their things except for Dad. They run past him, exiting through the door. Dad stands alone on stage, petrified by how their lives will change, how his will change. Lights fade to black on him standing still. End of show.
And I'd like to welcome all of our special guest audience members that are in the Zoom room to give this amazing ensemble the biggest round of applause. Now we are going to take a moment to invite all of those special guests to participate in a talk back. If you're interested in staying for the talkback and asking question of the playwright, please keep your camera on, but your mute button off. And we will have you raise your hand if you have a question, and I hope to get to everyone, but we do have a limited time. Appreciate you. So you're staying on if you've got a question. And to kick this off, we have a very special question. It's very much a tradition in the New Voices Festival. Andrew, will you please do the honors?
Yes, I will do the honors in honor of Gail Turner, who has historically asked this question to our playwrights every year. Aaron, how has your play evolved during the process, including workshop and rehearsal?
Okay, actually, I think the biggest thing is the ending changed. That was the main thing. Originally, Marcus didn't make it, but throughout the workshops, we decided that having him, stay alive offers for a lot more to do in a second act, and it leaves for the characters to chew on a lot more as they make their way over to the hospital, and the dad has to now deal with all these other things. So it just made for a more interesting story.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. Give me a little raise, a little wave if you've got your question. Susan, why don't you unmute and ask Aaron your question?
Aaron, I would like to know when you wrote this play originally.
So I started writing this actually in September of last year. So unfortunately, this topic has been reoccurring since then.
Yeah, very timely. That's why I was curious about that. Very nice work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Nora, I see your hand.
This is amazing. I was like, yeah, I was glad I was on mute because I kept being like, I am wondering what character really sticks in your head more than, is there one who really is someone who you don't get yet, or someone who you get too much, or someone who you're like, who is when you think about this play, when you leave New Voices, who's in your head?
I think it's gonna have to be Curtis, the dad, because he's just been through so much, and his way of expressing it is just not good. It's not healthy, and it's that idea of toxic masculinity, like the things that he's been through, he's forcing it on his son, and he's forcing his son to be the things that Curtis thinks that Trey should be. And I don't know, it's just that weird sense of he has his reasons for saying what he says to his son, and it's just fascinating. I don't know how I wrote it because I don't agree with it, but it's, if you really think about it, it's not that it makes sense, but he has his reasons, and I don't know, it's fascinating to just delve deeper into that character. That was always fun for me.
Thank you, Nora, for your question. Who's next? Give me a little wave. I can see you all. Lily.
I'm curious about when you got into the rehearsal room with your actors and your directors, if there was anything that they brought to the play or to their roles that surprised you or that you heard differently.
Honestly, just that entire experience of finally seeing this work come to life in the original view that I was seeing it as. Every workshop room that I've been in, or this entire lifespan the play has been written, every time it was read by someone, it was never read by the correct characters. Like Trey had never been read by a Black male. None of the characters were actually read by the actual characters. So it was just interesting to see how the actors just took on these lives and really related to each character in a different way and found the humanity in all of their stories.
Wonderful question. What else have you got? Paul, Mr. Paul.
Yes, thank you. First, I just want to say I really loved the just insight you had into each of the characters and writing from each of their perspectives. I'm curious to know which character sort of changed the most from your original concept to where you are now.
I think Marcus. Marcus definitely changed the most. That whole dynamic of them having the old school music that they share, that was never a thing. But at some random time, I was just listening to old '90s hip hop, and I was like, Marcus would like love this music. So that things just kind of came to me over time with Marcus. He was never always as protective of Trey, but then over time, I realized that Trey is in this environment that he just doesn't feel completely safe in, and Marcus would be that one person to just want the best for him and to protect him. So I think definitely Marcus changed the most.
Do you have any questions? We have a few moments, so I'll invite the directors if you want to make any statements.
Hi, y'all. My name is Nora Ogunleye, and I co-directed this alongside Chelsea Burke. First, I want to say thank you so much, Aaron Tyler, for having us jump on board and collaborate with you on your beautiful piece of work. It's definitely something that is so relevant and so inspiring, especially during this revolution that we're having right now.
Thank you.
And I actually had a question for you, if you don't mind me popping in with a question.
Sure.
How has this show impacted you in your personal life? What do you think you'll carry with you out of this process, not only as a playwright, but as an activist, as a Black man? You know, how will this carry?
Thank you for this question. It's been crazy, and already so much I've grown from just writing this. I have become accustomed to really listening to people's stories and finding like where they come from and why they do what they do. Like just looking at the reasons for why people are who they are. And this show for me, honestly, the time that I was writing it, there was a lot of racial unrest in the country, as there is right now. So this was just my way of working through those feelings and figuring out like what I wanted to say, how I was feeling, and just getting different takes on all these things. So it's definitely absolutely going to change the way I further my career, further my life, honestly. Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
Love you. I'm Chelsea Burke. I am the other co-director for this show. And my question for you, Aaron, is one that we asked you Sunday last week, which is, what is your favorite moment of the show now after the shifts and having these voices say it? And what is a moment that is still unclear or muddy to you, or is now more muddy after spending time on it?
This definitely stays the same from when I originally said it. Mosiah like delivered this beyond what I could imagine, but it's the line, "We're still slaves, boy, the cotton just looks different." It's just every time I hear that, it just unfortunately rings true. It's a powerful line. And the line that I am the moment that I'm not exactly positive about, I'm not exactly sure. I think it might still be the moment between the mom and Curtis, because just diving into those mindsets and figuring out like who each character is, trying to just like battle between the two. I'm not fully there. Like I'm only 17, so I'm not like a parent. But yeah, that was definitely interesting to look at.
Incredibly thoughtful questions. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Thank you. This is incredible.
I don't know where we are with time. Brian, do we have
We're right at 10 minutes.
congratulations? It's beautiful.
Thank you.